Growing up, basketball was everything to me. The first time I started playing basketball was in grade 3. I just fell in love with it right away. I used to watch YouTube videos just day and night of Kobe, LeBron, Steph Curry, and just watch how they used to shoot, how they used to dribble. And I would go downstairs immediately and just do the same thing. Played into high school as well. That's when I really started to get serious about it. I chose the university I wanted to go to, and then in my second year, I tried out for the team, and I ended up making it. That was kind of my green light to say, hey, we can do this. I've hit another step to reaching the goal, which is to play basketball professionally. Yeah, so it was just a regular day at practice. Me and my buddies were just shooting around, having a good time, and I jump to go for the ball, and I felt like something hit the side of my knee. So I look down on my leg, and I see my kneecap all the way up to the middle of my thigh. That's not supposed to be there, and the doctors are like, hey, you tore your patella tendon, we're gonna do surgery, but you're probably never gonna play basketball again. And in that moment, in the back of my head, it was like, you don't know what you're talking about. It was just a lot of anger towards everybody. I was mad with God also. I was upset with him, hey, how could you do this to me? After all the time and effort I've put into being a good Christian, this is what I get in return, right? Having my dreams just torn away from me like that. I just was so angry at God for doing that. At that point, it was just me. I was just by myself. I didn't have anybody to talk to about it. I didn't have my family. I didn't have any friends that I wanted to talk about it. It was just me in isolation. I was off crutches at the 12-month mark. That's when I first started to learn how to walk again. During that time, I was very isolated by myself. I really got into playing my guitar, and there's this one song that I kept practicing over and over again, based off of Exodus 14:14, which is, "Be still and the Lord will fight for you." And I don't know, that song just really started to open my heart up again. It just came to the understanding of God didn't do this to me. That's when I started getting closer and closer to God. So I was like, hey, I gotta start going to church again on Sundays. So started playing guitar on the worship team, and that's how I got connected to everyone. I met a bunch of young adults. I met some of my closest friends. I met my girlfriend. It was just nice to have a community that was going through the same things that I was going through. Just dealing with life, dealing with struggles, but having that trust and faith in God. Yeah, I got really connected in the church, and the young adult retreat was coming up. Saturday comes around, and we're playing games, and I jumped, and I felt a pop in my knee, in my other knee. And the first thing that came to my mind was, oh my God, it happened again. All the PTSD started to come back, from the first one, the first rehab process. It was just so much pain and so much trauma. I just felt it in the span of 10 seconds. And then from there, I just completely shut down. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want anybody to be around me. But this time was a little different. My community stepped up. They just kept messaging me. They just kept calling me. They kept praying for me. I was just like, hey, leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you. Don't want to talk to anybody about this. But, they were persistent. It was just really nice to see that, I didn't go through this alone, that I had a really good group of people behind me. So at this point, after those 2 injuries, I was done with basketball. I didn't want anything to do with it. I didn't want to play. I didn't want to even watch it on TV. And funny enough, I joined the church internship, and one of the first things we do is start a basketball program on Monday nights. We teach little kids how to play basketball. We teach youth how to play basketball. It's a good time all around. I used to think basketball was about me. I thought the goal and the intention was to make my name big, to have my name in lights, to be that guy, to be famous. What I've learned is that God can use me and use basketball in my life to impact our community, to glorify his name. Just throughout this whole entire process, just the people that were praying for me and the things that they said and the things that they did, I think it really showed me how much God cares for me. Looking back at it now, I'm just so thankful and grateful to everyone that helped